Good evening, folks. Today, I wanted to tell you, if you find yourself in the spring transition, if you check your weather and look around wherever you're at in the world, the weather is warming up. When the weather gets warmer, the water gets warmer. Everything in a fish's mind totally changes. So I wanted to give you our top 5 with an honorable mention. Number 6, top 5 baits you should be throwing this spring to catch you more fish, bigger fish, and put a big number of fish in your boat. Okay, these are in really no particular order. I'm just going 1 through 5 with the honorable mention. A lot of these do cover multiple seasons. So I may have mentioned this for the winter time, but I'm going to mention it again for the spring, because some of these baits, there's a few baits that I throw year round and have the utmost faith in them. But a lot of these baits I have faith in all year long. So if you see them, well, he told me this in spring, or he told me this in winter, and it's going into spring, use the baits. You're going to catch them. In no particular order, number 1, I have to go back with this. We have to go back with the A-rig. This is probably the lure that I know most people hate throwing more than anything. And I think most of it is equipment issues. If you're going to fish an A-rig and throw it, like commit 3 hours in a day to throw an A-rig or however long, you need a heavy rod. This one here is a 7.5 foot heavy rod. And my particular A-rig that I like to use is the Flash Mob Junior. You can pick those up at Walmart, any of your little bait and tackle shops. You don't have to go fancy with these. There's also a lot of homemade options that people hand make on eBay, Amazon, things like that. But I like the Flash Mob Junior. It's a little lighter, and I have absolutely caught the fish on Norris and Martin's Fork here. The baits that I throw on my A-rigs, I'm almost exclusively Kite 3.3 inch in the white. It mimics the bait perfectly. So our number 1 is this A-rig. Throw that this spring. Number 2 that we're going to talk about are crankbaits. During the spring, when the water gets warm, the fish go up shallower, any little red crawl patterned crankbait is absolutely killer this time of year. This is a Spro Little John 55, I do believe. I love the rock crawler as well. This is not stuff that I don't use. I have all this stuff out. There's that crankbait, there's the rock crawler, and I'm going to throw in just one other, since it is a crankbait technically, but a lipless crank this time of year. Red or something natural. This is the Demon Crawl, but I alternate between the Demon Crawl and the Sexy Shad, KVD Sexy Shad, and I just go back and forth, red, natural. Those will catch you fish. This is absolutely one of those baits that I've been talking about that I use all year long, and that's the Jerkbait. I'm a mega bass fanatic. That is my number 1 mega bass. Is if I would rather save up my money till I could afford 1 mega bass as to go buy 2 Strike Kings or a Rapala or anything. I have that much confidence in the mega bass. The 110, any size in the 110, the junior, the +1, the +2, any of it. But if you don't want to throw $25 into a jerkbait, I like the Berkeley Stunna next. It's about half the price at about $12.50. So there's you a cheaper, more budget-friendly option. I know a lot of guys love the Smithwicks, but I'm telling you, mega bass, to me, outshines every one of them. This is one that I like during the spring that may not be on a lot of people's lists, but that is the Cinco type worm. I bust these out middle of March, 1st of April. I start busting out the worms. I have this one rigged up on a shaky head, but I'm either throwing that on a shaky head, targeting rocks, rocky banks, trees, and stuff like that, or I have it rigged up wacky style to where that bait just flutters down. You can do either, but I like the wacky. In the spring, I absolutely love a wacky rig bite. And there's an old man told me one time, he said, match the color of your worm to the color of your water. So if you've got a greenish tint to your water, get you a green pumpkin, maybe have some red flake in it. If you're really, really clear, you may go lighter. But he told me that, and I found it to be an absolute truth. There's been days on Martin's Fork where me and Woodrow has come and thrown wacky rigs and caught 50, 60, no problem. And you will throw a big one in there occasionally. So that was number 4. The wacky worm, any type, Cinco stick bait worm, number 4. Number 5, and you saw this in my last video, I threw the A rig at fish using scope, and they were not reacting whatsoever. They showed 0 interest in the A rig. So what did I do? I downsized to the single Kite, just the single, and it was almost an immediate bite. I can't have a spring list top 5 without throwing in just the single Kite. Absolutely love this bait this time of year. Throw this around logs. You may get snagged some, but those bass hang out around the logs. Flats, because you can slow roll this. It's not going to get hung up if there's no trees and stuff around. Throw that single Kite, you will catch fish. We are at our honorable mention. It's not particularly an honorable mention. This is a OG original deadly springtime bait. But why I'm throwing it in as an honorable mention is because springtime, what do we get? We get weather changes, we get rainy spells, we get wind, we get a lot of different things, and ultimately what it does to our water systems is it muddies them up. So if you've got a lake where an influx of rain has come through and it's muddied up the water, spinner bait. This is a custom spinner bait from Champion Jigs. We make these, and I'm going to tell you something. In this murky water, if you will throw one of these that has these single little orange blades, Colorados, that makes such a huge difference. And in that muddy water, throw you on a chartreuse white, put that Kite as your trailer on this, and you will absolutely catch more fish. And it absolutely shines. It shines even better when your water is murky. So, murky water killer right there, throw that. We've got some wind today. I'm going to be throwing it. But that is my top 5. Honorable mention number 6, baits that you should be throwing this spring. Drop a comment. Let me know what you all are throwing this spring. And I'm in Eastern Kentucky, so kind of in that middle of the United States. You know, in Florida, things may be different. In Maine, Michigan, something like that may be different. But for our belt that stretches where I'm at, those 6 baits will absolutely catch you a ton of fish in the spring. So use them. Let me know what you all are using. And thank you all for watching. We gone.